Have you ever suspected that someone that you love is suffering with an addiction?
Today, we're going to give you 10 physical signs to be aware of.
Now, we're talking about all kinds of addictions, but some of the things to look at. One of the things is an increase or decrease in weight over a fairly short period of time.
Yeah.
You know, depending on the drug or the substance, or even the behavior, it might be increasing it, it might be decreasing it. The second one is a decrease in self-hygiene. Oftentimes, a person that is suffering with an addiction will stop taking care of themselves, their clothing, the way they dress themselves, the way they groom themselves, just starts to decrease on a pretty significant manner. Number three, eyes. Oftentimes, especially if they're using a substance, the eyes might be bloodshot, dilated pupils. That often goes with opiates. Yellowing of the eyes if it's extensive alcohol use. Oftentimes you can see in their eyes whether there's some issue, even a glazed look. You know, they say that the eyes are the window to the soul, right? And that when someone is using consistently, there's usually something in their eyes that you can see that's something off. Yeah. Number four, nose sniffling, sneezing, bloody nose. That often goes with what?
Doing cocaine, snorting.
Yeah. Fifth is physical marks or track marks on the body.
Yeah.
Oftentimes, if someone's been shooting up, could be meth, could be heroin, maybe wearing long sleeves in the August, the middle of summer, may do a lot of work and just hiding, not showing certain parts of their arms, or making sure you don't see some of the places that they've been shooting up. So those are just some physical different symptoms that you could be looking for. And what's really a challenge is that when you're working with someone that you love, you really don't want to believe that they're struggling. Right? You don't want to believe that they're suffering with the self-destructive behavior.
Right. You want to, well, and I think that you love them and you know the real self. So you don't understand why they're acting the way they're acting, why they have the different friends, why they want to go different places, why they're not coming home on time. So it's, you're trying to figure that out internally, like what's going on. And, to really believe that someone is really addicted it's very scary, because you know that they could die. One of the things is, like they always say, when you're an addict, alcoholic, either one of those or both, is that we have three places we're going to go, right? Jail, institutions, and death. And death a lot of times means that I'm dead to who I was. The thing that I lost the most, death. One of the things about addicts, let me say this, that you need to understand: we're not afraid to die. Death is welcomed. And that, if you're not an addict, you don't understand that. So you're not going to fear us into getting sober. You're only going to love us into getting sober. So if you're looking at me and you're trying to scare me that I'm going to die, and the truth is I'm already dead. I'm not here anyway. I'm miserable. I cannot get back to myself. And the only thing that reaches a person is true love. Now, it's very difficult to do that when the addict part of that person is living in the house, not the person you fell in love with, not the child that you raised, not the friend that you know, but the real person that is suffering has shown up, and they are very defensive. Yeah. They're defensive internally, and they're truly defensive externally, and they're ready to fight at any moment, because that gives them an excuse to go and do their behavior and go sedate.
Yeah. So we went through 5 physical signs. Let's go through 5 more. We have 10 for you. The other physical signs of an addict is chronic itching.
Yeah, that's just if you're on opiates.
If you're on opiates. Yeah. Why does that happen?
Well, the drug itself causes that. So that's just a symptom from the drug itself.
Yeah.
So that's, you know, they nod out, you think they sleeping, but they're scratching themselves, you know, their head, that kind of thing.
Yeah. Another characteristic, a physical sign of addiction, is motor skills impairment.
Yeah.
You know, a slurring of speech, a hard time putting thoughts together. Maybe the gait of their walk is a little off. They may be imbalanced, maybe stumbling. There's just the typical motor skills. That's why, frankly, we're so strict about not drinking and driving, right? You don't want someone impaired driving a huge piece of machinery with other people on the road.
What I taught our son and what I teach people is if you're under the influence, alcohol or drugs, both, you have just put your car as a weapon. This is not about, you know, don't drink and drive. This is about your car has become a weapon. Yeah. There are many people in the penitentiary today that were in a blackout. They drove, they killed someone and have no idea. They really, really don't remember it. However, they will pay a price and go to jail. So your car becomes a weapon, and don't allow someone to drive. Do not get in the car with them, because they think they can drive. They're going to believe they can drive, but it becomes a weapon because you think it's closer than it is. You think it's farther than it is. And I mean, a kid, your reflexes aren't quick. You can hit someone. I mean, it's extremely dangerous for the person, and it's extremely dangerous for the rest of us.
Yeah. So physical impairment, motor skills impairment. The other is if you find drug paraphernalia, if you find in pipes, you find in needles, you find in vodka bottles in the garbage can hidden under the newspaper.
Yeah.
I mean, that's not paraphernalia, but it's a hiding.
Yeah, it's a hiding.
And so if you coming across things that you don't recognize that seem to be hidden, that could possibly be a sign. Another physical sign is an increase in health issues. Yeah. You know, health issues begin to dominate, and that ties into number 10, which is dental problems, rotting of the teeth. But what we do know is that when someone's struggling with an addiction, they are having negative impact on their body consistently.
Yes.
And it's going to have an impact on their mind, the way they think, on their liver. If they're drinking a lot, if they're using other drugs, it could be heart issues. It could be a variety of health issues tend to increase significantly when someone's stuck in the process of addiction. So keep your learning going, keep understanding, keep your education going, and click on one of these videos if it seems like it's something that would help you, and we will see you in the next video.
Yes.